All right, guys, another Bluetooth speaker review. Today we're going to take a look at the Sony SRS XB20 extra bass Bluetooth speaker. Okay, so looking at the XB20, it's a nice little speaker here. It's very good looking. It's durable. I love this old school mesh grill on the front here that protects the two drivers and the passive radiators. So this basically has two 42 millimeter drivers. They're full range, of course, and then we have a rectangular passive radiator in there covered by this old school 90s metal mesh grill. I really like that. That's pretty cool. As far as the enclosure or the housing goes, it's a pretty durable plastic semi-rubberized type housing. Very durable. We also have another metal mesh grill here to cover the little rectangular passive radiator in the back, which is nice because it fires some sound off into the rear and kind of gives it a more a fuller effect as far as the sound goes. We have the little rubberized feeties on the bottom so it won't slide off of whatever you're setting it on. We have this little waterproof access panel here, and we have the DC input jack, we have the reset button and the audio in. So the power jack is on the left, the middle unit there, the hole in the middle is a reset button, and then to the right we have the 3.5 millimeter audio in. No data on this little micro USB plug, by the way. Okay, so that's the basics on that. So we have momentary on-off button. When you push and hold the on-off button for 5 seconds, it will go into Bluetooth pairing mode and pair up with your Bluetooth device. We have the positive and negative controls there. These are volume controls and track up and down controls. We have the add button, which will let you add a pair of these or add another one to this, so you will have a stereo left and right pair of these, which would be kind of cool at a party. You could put some over here, put one over there, and you know, like, I don't know, say 6 feet away from each other, and have a pretty cool stereophonic type effect. Now this speaker is in stereo, but because the drivers are so close, you know, it's not going to really sound like it. By Sony letting you add another one of this, and I understand it has to be in the identical model. Of course, you'd want it to be the identical model so it sounded even. You can make a stereo pair out of these, which I think is really cool. Okay, we have pause and play. We have the phone button. This is how you can answer an incoming phone if you have your phone set up to work on hands-free Bluetooth. That's kind of an interesting feature. This speaker, as far as audio quality from the phone, has a pretty good audio quality to it, and the microphone that's built into this is fairly sensitive, so it's a pretty good unit. I'm going to give that about a 7. I've heard a little bit better, but I've heard a whole heck of a lot worse, so this is a pretty good unit in that respect. Okay, we have another dual function switch here. We have the extra bass, and then that's a momentary feature, and if you want to turn a little disco light on, push and hold that for 3 to 4 seconds. The disco light comes on. Push it again momentarily. The extra bass feature comes on. So, very easy to operate. Now, let me tell you a little something about this extra bass. When I saw this box and I see how they advertise this extra bass, you know, I'm thinking, oh great, a little dull sounding, flat sounding, boomy Bluetooth speaker. Well, this is not just a bass control. This is more of like a loudness control. So if you don't have this on, this is actually a fairly flat sounding speaker, not really too exciting to listen to. You hit the extra bass function and it acts like a loudness control, like say off an old stereo receiver, an old car stereo. You know, it will highlight the bass a little bit, and it'll also bring up the upper mid-range and some high-end, a little bit of treble in this, and this is really what this thing needs. So I'm actually going to fire this up, and I'm going to show you that feature, because I actually like that feature. To me, this needs to be on all the time. It doesn't really add much bass, not like they're advertising, but it actually makes this speaker sound good. This thing sounds close to a Flip 4, which is pretty good. Let's see, what else here real quick. It comes with the little handy dandy USB plug. This does not come with an AC wall adapter. It comes with their little pamphlet here, and then it comes with a quick start guide, which I really like. This is a real down and dirty hands-free type setup here. Let's see here, and it just basically shows you what to do. Excuse me, sorry about this, but there you go. So if you can't read, or you just want to tear into this thing and fire it up, but you have a, you know, you want to find out, oh, hey, how does it do this? How does it do this? Like, how does it NFC? And you know what? This is NFC capable, and I don't get it. So somebody school me on that, because I really don't get it. You have Bluetooth. Why do you need NFC? NFC is just near-field communications, basically. And from what I remember, you can't be more than an inch or two away from it, or you lose communication. So I have no idea why this feature is on here. So I'm sure somebody out there knows that. All right, let's listen to it. Okay, so I've got this paired up to my laptop. It took all of about like 3 seconds, no big deal. So let's take a listen to this. Now remember, right, I'm recording off my cell phone, so audio file quality, it's not gonna happen. But we're gonna test out this extra bass feature, and I'm gonna show you how it's not really bass related, is into just more of an all around higher contrast type sound to it. So let's start this up. Okay, so I have this all synced up. Extra bass control is off. And let's see if the cell phone will pick up the difference in how this little function here makes this speaker sound. So away we go. Go to a little bit lower volume, more of an easily listening volume. You can hear that difference as well. Okay, so how this circuit works is, this is how I'm seeing it. At a lower volume, this circuit does add the extra bass and a little bit of more detailed high end and upper mid-range, okay? Then the louder you turn up the speaker, it starts rolling that off. It starts kind of mellowing that out so it doesn't distort. It still sounds a little brighter, a little bit better, but as volume goes up, this starts getting cut back a little bit, which is very reminiscent of the old car stereo loudness controls. That's the way a lot of our car audio gear was. You turn on the loudness control and it would bring up the lows, upper mids, and highs, make it sound louder. And then as you turn the volume up, all that kind of stuff just kind of rolls back down and you go more to your standard equalizer settings, so, or EQ settings, you know, bass and treble on the car stereo. So this is kind of acting the same. Okay, so, you know, I should know how much I paid for this, but I think I paid like $89 for this, and I like it. I'm gonna grade this at about a 7.5 as far as how it sounds compared to some of the other Bluetooth speakers. It hangs in there with them, but not the best sounding. I have a Flip 4, a JBL Flip 4, which I actually think sounds better, but it's not as rugged as this one. This one also is rated as being, you know, water resistant. They don't want you, this is not, let's see, they say in the manual, they say don't get this like near a swimming pool, so it doesn't like to be in warm water, sauna situations, stuff like that. So you could splash on this and stuff like this and maybe run it underneath the, you know, the kitchen faucet when you get home or something and clean it up. But I'm not going to do my bucket of water demonstration that I usually do on some of the other speakers. I'm just not going to do it with this one. So pretty rugged, fairly moisture and junk resistant, you know, sand resistant and all that. I mean, it's got that grill in there that might get a little bit of stuff in there. But anyway, overall, I think it's a nice speaker. This one's a keeper. Not bad. It takes a couple hours to charge it from a dead battery, and I get a couple days time on it. Just kind of depends on how loud you have it. And I like this feature.
About 50%.
Yes, it's about 50%. All right, well, cool, guys. Thanks for watching. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to this channel. We appreciate all of our subscribers, and y'all have a good day out there. Thanks for watching.